The story of Dot Hack GU Volume 2 is obviously it's a continuation of Volume 1. Now, the overall story between the 1, 2, and 3, it's all connected. So that leaves number 2, kind of the weaker of the 3 because it doesn't have a real beginning and it doesn't have a real end. It just kind of like peters on both ends. But overall, the events that happen in Volume 2 are still pretty interesting. You're still like advancing the story. The characters are all still very likable, very memorable, and overall the events that are occurring are still interesting. And not to give out, too much of what happens, but there still is a lot of interesting things that happen. Like, I'm not gonna tell you why, but there is one part where you have to go to the moon tree base. I think that's the name of that clan, and it's some really cool stuff. And pretty much, like I said, though, the events that happen, although in and of themselves are still pretty interesting, it's not going to have the same impact as the first one did, and it's not going to have the same impact that the third one is going to have once you start playing it, because the third one has some nice closure, and the second one really ends in a cliffhanger, and you're just like, because it's part 2. It's one huge continued storyline.
Alright, the gameplay in Dot Hack GU series pretty much works sort of like an action RPG. Like, the thing about the Dot Hack GU games is that since, like Shintai said, it's connected, it's sort of like a multiple disc game. So I wish they would have just put it into one thing, like a 3-disc game, but that's beside the point. So what you do is you'll traverse around the field or a dungeon with your 2 selected party members, and then you'll see a group of enemies walking around. Then you'll have the option to do a sneak attack. So if you target the enemy before you enter the battle and press X, you'll be able to sneak attack them, dealing damage before the enemy can retaliate. And it's the battle system is pretty cool. Like, yeah, it uses a cool battle engine, but it just feels like there's really not much strategy. It's always X, 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 the occasional heal menu and stuff like that, but it really doesn't change. It's extremely tedious. The battles really, like I said, they don't require much strategy. I mean, you'll have the occasional this thing called Rengeki, which just like I think they went into a tutorial in the game, but like it kind of happens randomly. Like, pretty much if you deal a certain amount of damage to an enemy, there will be a purple aura around them. If you press R1, you'll like a list of the face buttons, X, square, triangle, circle will appear, and pretty much you set the special skills that Haseo, the main character, learns on one of those buttons, and you could like press one of those buttons where the skill is, and then you could unleash that attack, dealing massive amount of damage. But it really doesn't offer much like in terms of satisfaction. Like, it is a short game, but if you put all these games together in the series, it is lengthy, but just the battle system will get really repetitive. So, but if you're into that, then you'll definitely enjoy Dot Hack G.